Breaking news. World War III fears. Iran warn of consequences as U.S. announces ban on oil exports. Iran has issued fresh threats against the United States following the announcement Washington will impose sanctions on Iran's oil trade in November, arguing all countries in the world are supporting Tehran. Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif branded as doomed to fail the U.S. attempt of stopping Tehran from exporting oil. He said, "They can't think that Iran won't export oil and others will." Mr. Zarif added the idea of halting the exports of Iran's most valuable goods simplistic and impossible and will lead to consequences. Despite not saying which consequences the U.S. will face in his latest statement, Iran had previously warned it could block the Strait of Hormuz, widely used by the regional states to export their oil and gas, as a comeback against the sanctions. The foreign minister also scolded the U.S., arguing that the decision to pull out from the Iran nuclear deal in May made the White House an untrustworthy partner to hold negotiations with. And he added Iran's power has grown since its leaders signed the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the official name of the Non-Proliferation Nuclear Deal, in 2015. He said, "There is a big difference this time. Before nobody supported Iran. But now, all the countries in the world are supporting Iran." Washington has already issued the first sanctions against Iran on August 6. The U.S. now plans on adding Iranian oil and gas to the sanctions in November this year. U.S. President Donald Trump announced the ban on Twitter on Monday, writing, "The Iran sanctions have officially been cast. These are the most biting sanctions ever imposed, and in November they ratchet up to yet another level. Anyone doing business with Iran will not be doing business with the United States. I am asking for world peace, nothing less." But, despite Mr. Trump's advice to stop dealing with Iran, member states of the European Union look set to defy the sanctions, putting them on a collision course with Washington once again. Federica Mogherini, the EU's High Representative for Foreign Affairs, said Brussels would not let the agreement with Tehran die and urged EU members to make investment decisions related to Iran in spite of the U.S. ban. Just one day after the U.S. issued their first set of sanctions were issued, Ms. Mogherini said, "We are doing our best to keep Iran in the deal, to keep Iran benefiting from the economic benefits that the agreement brings to the people of Iran, because we believe this is in the security interests of not only our region but also of the world. If there is one piece of international agreements on nuclear non-proliferation that is delivering, it has to be maintained. We are encouraging small and medium enterprises in particular to increase business with and in Iran as part of something that for us is a security priority." The agreement with Tehran was signed by former U.S. President Barack Obama, the European Union, Russia and China in 2015 and still stands despite Washington's defection. Mr. Trump has consistently been a harsh opponent of the Iran deal even before his election in 2016, calling it defective at its core.